My name's Marta, and in this Red Gaming Tech video I have a bit of controversy news surrounding Guild Wars 2. Now, I did play this game a lot around launch. You guys may have seen my content on it, as well as a friend of ours who was helping out with the content around that particular title. But unfortunately I haven't really had the time to play a game like Guild Wars 2 because an MMO is very, very demanding of your time. However, I've been keeping up with the news surrounding this game, and there was a rather large expansion, an expansion with a large focus on mounts released not too long ago, and has basically been like, hey, look at my cool mount, not just like, hey, here's a skin, but also like different colorations and that sort of thing. But the way they have been implemented has been causing quite a lot of contention within the Guild Wars community. So, the game's mounts have now been given 31 new skins, and to start even just beginning to collect them is ridiculously expensive. So you can just flat out buy the skin, which is great, but the issue is the cost is insane. We have one of these available for 2,000 gems, which, by the way, is roughly $25 US. And the rest are available in 400 gem loot boxes, which is $5 each. So basically, either cough up essentially the cost of the game, because I did take a look at their website, because I couldn't quite recall how much the game was, and it is actually £26 for the game. So basically, you are coughing up just under the cost of the game for a single skin if you want to buy it outright, or $5 to get a chance. Now, you can buy gems with in-game gold in addition to real money, but obviously it would take quite a long time to, grind the amount of gold needed to actually buy gems. And this would be true even if it was just like a flat rate of like X amount of gold equals X amount of gems. But no, it's actually worse than that, because the currency system within Guild Wars is tied to an exchange rate that fluctuates with demand. So obviously, because everyone's kind of buying gems and saving up their gold to buy gems, blah, 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 to get these new skins, it has basically made it more expensive to trade for them with gold because of this system within the currency of Guild Wars. So because these skins are popular, gems are more in demand, which actually means it's harder than it actually previously was to get these skins without paying. So this is a pretty ridiculous amount of money to pay, especially when with the loot boxes there's about a 1 in 30 chance to actually get the skin that you want. And as we've all seen with other games like Overwatch and so on, we all know it's going to be a bunch of shit you don't want, and maybe even some duplicates, and maybe you'll get some currency or whatever for getting those duplicates, and maybe those loot crates will contain some currency, that sort of thing. But it's still a 1 in 30 shot of getting the skin you actually want. So, it's bad enough that these skins are so expensive, but again, because of the exchange rate system, they're actually getting more expensive as people try to get their hands on these brand new skins. Now, obviously, these skins are purely cosmetic, which is great. I'm glad they aren't I'm glad they're not adding in stuff that actually affects the gameplay, but it doesn't matter that it's purely cosmetic. It's like, the cost is insane. Like, if it's just loot boxes, okay, cool. If you could buy them outright, cool. But why are they so expensive? $25 US for 2,000 gems, which is essentially a single skin. That's crazy. Even if that's not every single skin costing that much, the fact that there is a skin that costs that much is just nuts to me. And the game is basically being sacrificed upon the altar of the gem store here, because obviously this isn't going down well with players because they're being asked to cough up an insane amount or deal with RNG. So people aren't happy, and to be honest, I don't really blame them. Obviously they're optional and all that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The implementation matters. How the game treats its player base matters. How the company that produces the game treats its customers matters. And this does not look good for them with how they've implemented this, to be quite honest with you. This is a quite poor way of implementing it, and also there's been a lot of upset about the fact that the skins, according to the players, again I haven't played this game in forever, just don't look that great. So they're charging a lot for skins that, at least for a lot of people, are not even worth that amount because they don't even look cool. Not that a skin, in my opinion, could look cool enough to warrant the cost of the base game itself, but that's just me. So hopefully they'll rejigger this, you know, make it so that the cost is not so prohibitively high. But I'll be surprised to see any change come from this, to be quite honest with you. Now, obviously, Guild Wars 2 is not a subscription-based game. It is a, you know, you buy once and that's it kind of game. And I understand they need to monetize it somehow. But while I think skins themselves are fine, it's, again, the implementation, to be honest with you. And of course, many players are arguing that these skins could have easily been in-game rewards. And for a game that, according to feedback, is lacking that sort of thing and actually things to do, that obviously would have helped that. It's like, hey, you've unlocked this skin because you did this quest, or you've got enough XP, or whatever the hell, however they decided to do it. You know, obviously maybe the rarer ones make them only get in the loot boxes or whatever, but the point is you could have had some of them be in-game rewards. This could have been content that was actually within the game, in a game that, according to its fan base, is lacking in content. And obviously, putting content in a game behind RNG paywalls, especially when it's so expensive, you kind of get where I'm going with this. So, this isn't going down well. There's a surprising amount of people going, oh, it's fine, it's optional, but that crowd comes out every time this comes up, and a few of them will probably be in the comments, but it doesn't matter, as I've already said. So, with all that said, thank you very much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. You've heard me talk about this for almost 7 minutes now. So, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask for your opinion. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.